Every day, 6 a.m., come out the Singapore national song. I will always sing Majulah Singapore. So 要唱啊，真的咩？不用了。
Hi, 안녕하세요. 你好
Buenas.
大家好 Bonjour.
Namaste.
สวัสดีค่ะ Apa kabar? Nama saya Shirley. Saya dari Johor, Malaysia. Umur saya 30 tahun. Hi, my name is Shirley. I'm 30 years old this year. I'm from JB, Malaysia. Since I was young, because I stay in Johor, which is very close to Singapore, I grew up in a very big land. So we can cycling over there. My relative all is there. I have my cousin, aunts, uncle all in Malaysia. So usually I'm just play inside my house. My neighbor will come over my house to play around. We just like together playing our toys. If let's say outside of the house, like we're gonna to play in the road, then the parents is not allowed at all because it's the safety issue. Because just outside will be directly it's a cars that passing by. There's no place to like no park, and they have a distance to go to the park. It's not that near that I'm walking distance to go over there. So I'm studying up to secondary 4 in Malaysia. So I decide to change my path to Singapore, have a uni over here. Mainly it's because of they have a 721 in Malaysia. 721 means that they are allowed 70% of Bumiputra go to the university, and 20% for Chinese and 10% for other races to go into the local university. I know that chance is not that big. It's because 20%, and I know my friends all their result is very good. And then my aunts come in, and then she say that okay, actually I have another opportunities to maybe exam in the O levels, and then come into Singapore for the university life. So in the end, I decide to take the second one, that I come into Singapore for university. My dad is working over here since 1990. Although our house is in Malaysia, but my dad always having a motorcycle and then in out every day until that I'm going to university. I'm still staying in Malaysia, but then I will follow my dad in out every day. So I know the tough life to jam in the custom, that we have to, a lot of motorcyclists is over there pushing their bikes. But then we have no choice. I mean, he has no choice to want us to have a better life. That's why he came in every day for work. In the end, we decided to move in. 2013, I get my PR, and then on 2016, we moved into this first house. Already stay almost 10 years. So this we feel is very grateful. So actually on that time, I didn't expect I can so close with my neighbor. Like we actually just like a family. We have our festival together, like even lunch, dinners, like most of the time together. When I start meet the first neighbor that we have talked to them, she come over and see my house, that my fish tank at outside of my house, and then she start to ask like, why this fish tank 水啊为什么会自己流啊，然后 like this and that, and she start to talk to us, and this is our first met. So after that, like that time, she just have the little second one, the Titi. Then we also celebrating for the 1 year's birthday with Titi, and then Kaka is the 姐姐啦, which is their biggest daughter. So she's very close with us. I always will bring her to supermarket. Then we will cycling together over there. So she always be here. She always say here, 姐姐, what time you come back? 你几点回来? Yeah, so she every day like sitting here with my parents, and then they are watching TV and then playing phone, and then sometimes she will play around with my dad lah. So as long as she not at the house, she will at my house. She's just in and out, and she know the password of my house. Like my friend over here said, oh, here is so kampong eh. You all never close your door one, never lock one, is it? Then we just can go in her house, anything, and she just come in anytime. She is very excited when she know I'm pregnant. So she actually have followed me the whole journey of my pregnancy as well. And then she very excited to see my daughter out. Only the first day that I come back, then she already here and then sitting beside the baby and watching a baby. Also, she's like very lovely. Then she liked my daughter a lot. She will take care of her very well. She will bring her to playground. She liked 姐姐 so much also. Yeah, she always like follow 姐姐, and then if ask her to come back, then she will cry. Like keep crying that I want kakak姐姐, I want kakak姐姐, like that. They are very close but I hope that this close can be a forever. No matter that in future maybe we'll move out or what. But it's a very family type like for both of this family. So that although now she's a only child here, she have a good neighbor 姐姐 koko to play around. We don't know how it will be like the following years, what things will be happen, but then this is the things that we very cherish. Then we know that 远亲不如近邻嘛, right? Anything, of course, that your neighbor will be the one that can help you first. So that's why we are very happy that we really meet this kind of friendly neighbor, and learn that much more neighbor have moving in, and then they are all very friendly as well. Since young, actually, when I go to school, 6 a.m., I always sing the channel 8 and channel U1 because we are very near, so I can accept the things. So they will have Singapore national song. So when I am a Singaporean and I sing this song, I got a lot of touch as well, because when I'm young, every day 6 a.m. confirm the I think channel 8 will be come out the Singapore national song. So I will always sing. I can feel like the dreams come true kind of feelings. My wish to my daughter is like she can have a very happy life. This is what I wish to when even I haven't pregnant yet. I hope my children to have a happier life, at least in their childhood, not so stressful and it's not that 死板 like 就是这样子的一个 life. Now recently she go to childcare, and that is very different with the Tatika, the kindergarten that I'm going to. So this is a very different things that I have explored. After that, my girls go to this childcare. I realized in Singapore actually let them play and then learn around. They go to the trees to draw the track of the trees, and then they go and pick up a leaf, which is that I never been happen in my childhood. My childhood like is more on like, okay, it's education, or you go then it's just studies. But here that they learning, they have a story talking from the teacher as well. So she's very happy to go to school. In the end, I feel that here is much more matched with what I wish her to be. Follow here the education's level, education path of Singapore. So she is very happy I mean, I hope that she can feel here is a good choice that I made for her Dear Singapore, the place our hearts choose to call home. Here, we have built our little family, and we are watching our child grow surrounded by warmth, safety, and hope. We are deeply grateful for Singapore's clean and sustainable environments, and for the meritocracy that inspires us to keep striving and believe in fairness. Our neighborhood has welcomed us with kindness and comfort, making every day feel like we are truly belong. We have no regrets, only love, gratitude, and excitement for the journey ahead. Our story continues here. We love you, Singapore. With love, Shirley.